What are your thoughts to this Ben Simmons situation?
Dude, who cares about Ben? Dude, Speedy, go back. Can you name my 3 most overrated players in all of the NBA?
I know you don't like Ben Simmons.
They were all Ben Simmons.
But just think about it this way. There are teams that are giving him a king's ransom, offering the 76ers
No, they're
ransom.
not giving him a king's ransom. That's why he's not going anywhere. Teams aren't willing to pay for trash. Ben Simmons shouldn't even be allowed to have hands to shoot a basketball.
Golden State was offering
that bad at shooting.
Golden State was offering 3 first-round draft picks and a player.
No, they weren't. That's what they were asking. The Philadelphia was asking for 3 first-round draft picks, Andrew Wiggins and James Wiseman. That's what they were asking for, and the Warriors laughed at them. They weren't offering that. That's what Philly was asking, and no one is willing to pay that for crappy, can't-shoot Ben Simmons.
The other 2 teams that were most recently in the running were the Spurs, and the Sixers wanted 2 first-round picks. I think it was DeJounte Murray and Lonnie Walker. And then the Timberwolves are the other team, D'Angelo Russell, I think Jarrett Culver.
The Kings, too.
Yeah, a couple of players. I didn't see the Kings. What was the Kings offer?
This is a predominant trade that the Kings were involved, 3-team trade. Okay. Sixers would receive Buddy Hield, Goran Dragic, and a 2022 first-round pick and a 2024 first-round pick from the Kings and a 2023 second-round pick and a 2025 second-round pick from the Raptors. The Kings would get Simmons, and the Raptors would get Marvin Bagley and Furkan Korkmaz.
Yeah, he's a bench shooter in the Sixers.
Korkmaz.
Yeah.
But again, this is the ridiculousness of the whole thing, because if teams were willing to pay that, he would have already been traded by now. But people don't want to trade. First of all, his contract is huge. It prohibits them from signing other players because it's a max contract, right? Second of all, he's not any good, right? He can't shoot the basketball. He's very limited in what he can do offensively. And that's not something teams want to take on, right? They don't want to teach someone how to play basketball, which is what you need to do with Ben Simmons. Sure, he's great defensively. Sure, he can get to the rim. But that's it. All you're doing is trading for a more athletic, Ben Wallace?
Snug says, nah, Dodgers win the whole thing. I would love to see the Beavs run a baseball team. It would be fascinating. Ben gives his list of 3 overrated players and says Ben Simmons, LeBron.
LeBron is not overrated. Ben, I love you, man, but LeBron
it's hard to say the second greatest basketball player of all time is overrated. That's kind of ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. 8 times in the playoff, 8 times in the finals in a row. How many players have done that?
Listen, you hate Tom Brady, and even you wouldn't say he's overrated.
No, he's not. He's not overrated.
So it's like it's ridiculous. Like LeBron is. Listen, and I'm just going to lowball it to get a perspective here, but he's easily a top 5 player of all time. Absolutely. You cannot be overrated and be a top 5 player of all time. It's just not happening.
It's crazy. And how about the Toronto Raptors putting Siakam on the trade venue?
Another guy Golden State was interested in too.
I mean, Siakam is a great player. He really is. A steal.
Great player, but again, we'll wait and see what happens, because Toronto's kind of in rebuild mode too, right?
Yeah,
no Kyle Lowry.
Absolutely.
Right. So they need to sell to get more draft picks.
Do you think
they need to be doing what Oklahoma City is doing?
Do you think that the NBA should drop the hammer on Miami with the whole Kyle Lowry situation?
No, dude, that's dumb.
You don't think so? I mean,
these things were gonna happen anyways. Right. Like, who cares, dude?
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but when you're reaching out to a player when they're in the middle of a contract and the season's not over, I mean, that's a significant. I mean, you could lose the draft.
We'll wait and see if that actually happened. They're doing an investigation. We'll wait and see. Mm-hmm. But it was going to happen anyway. So what's the worst that's going to happen? They're going to take a second-round draft pick from these guys. Who cares? Or a first-round draft pick? Who cares? They're going to be drafted at the bottom of the first round anyways. Who's good at the bottom of the first round? Nobody. Who cares?
Would you let him? Would you put like they did with Chris Paul going to the Lakers? Would you do something where you wouldn't allow that trade to happen?
I mean, they've already done it, right? It is what it is. That Chris Paul thing happened immediately where they blocked that.
Yep,
These things have already been announced. They've already bought real estate. You almost don't have a choice now to let it happen. So punish them, take some draft picks. Who cares? It's not going to matter. And move on.
It's really, really interesting, especially when it comes to this offseason and even free agency and even trades. But
you must love that they're having an investigation, right? Because you're so unhappy with anything that you need
to hate
on things, right? They cheated, right? They cheated.
Could you shut up? I do not hate on everything.
So many things. You are so unhappy in life.
First of all, I throw it out there. I'm supposed to be the bad guy here, and I'm bringing up stories.
I wish nothing but happiness for you. I wish you would try to go and find some happiness because you are an angry elf lately.
Angry elf. Elf. By the way, Ben Simmons, there's a stories coming out that the Lakers are trying to make a move for Ben Simmons. What do you think about that?
Where's their money coming from?
I don't know.
First of all, it's impossible, isn't it? Don't they already have 3 max contracts on that team?
Well, they would obviously have to trade one of those guys. I mean, for Ben
so you're going to trade Russell Westbrook or Anthony Davis? Okay.
Yeah, which they're not doing.
Yeah.
You just traded for Russell Westbrook, and you're not trading LeBron, and you're not trading Anthony Davis.
Do you like?
So even entertaining that idea is nonsense.
Do you like the Joel Embiid contract? I mean, he got a lot of money for a guy that can't stay healthy on the court. I mean, 4 years.
He's been healthy enough. He was injury riddled early in his career. He's been healthy enough lately. Give the guy a break. Let him be happy.
I'm just saying, it's a lot of money for a 4-year contract. You're paying this kid.
You want a worse contract? Ben Simmons.
Well, that's a terrible contract, yes, but I mean, you're giving Joel Embiid almost $52 million a year.
First of all, you're questioning a team giving Joel Embiid that money when it's the team that gave Ben Simmons his money. Like,
no question.
How does this make any sense in the world?
Yeah, the Sixers front office isn't the brightest. We know
I'll bring it up the stories because
By the way, that's not a bad contract.
I don't think
Joel
it's egregious.
Embiid deserves a max contract.
$52 million a year is a crazy contract.
It's not $52 million a year. I think the most
4 years,
is like
196. Yeah, that's
it was over $200 million. It was 4 years, over $200 million. I'll bring it up right now.
Ben says Timberwolves are in current talk for Simmons and Spurs interested too. Yeah, I mentioned those two, Ben. The Spurs, Lonnie Walker, DeJounte Murray, and 2 first-round picks, I think is what the Sixers wanted. And then the Timberwolves offer, it was Jarrett Culver, it was D'Angelo Russell, there was one other player involved, I forget who it was, and 2 first-round picks.
4 years, over $200 million. That's a lot of money. It's $15 million a year.
I wouldn't trade a used bag of basketballs and a bucket of mop water for Ben Simmons. He's that terrible.
You don't think you could fix him?
Dude, Speedy, you're going to have to help me here because I'm forgetting what it actually – we're talking about a guy that's been in the league now 5 years.
I understand that, but he's still very young.
3 career three-pointers.
That's fine.
3 career three-pointers.
But Jeff, he is very talented, and if he goes to the right team and the right coach, you can help him.
Right, but hold on. We can't keep doing this, man. We can't keep doing – we can't go, but he's very talented. If he was that talented, he would have more than 3 career three-pointers. The man can't shoot. Can we just say the man can't shoot?
He can't, as of right now, no.
Okay. And is it a shooter's league? Mm-hmm. So yes, in a shooter's league, you want to acquire someone who can't do the thing that you currently need.
Well, we all know this, and we took shots at R.J. Barrett when he came into the league. He was a career 22% at the three-point line.
Dude, not even in the same realm. You're talking about a dude that just got done with his rookie year compared to a dude that has been in the league for like 5 or 6 years now, right?
Just got done with his second year, but yeah. Yeah, you're well,
right. Whatever. Yeah. His second year versus a dude that's been in the league 6 years.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And by the way, R.J. Barrett, 1/2 of one basketball game had more than 3 3-pointers. Okay? Mm-hmm. And you're talking about 6 years into the league, and Ben Simmons has 3 in his career. Okay. You're talking like it's a shooter's league, and you're trying to trade for a dude that can't do the one thing that dominates the league. So I'm sorry if you're going to go, but he's a really talented.
But Jeff,
I mean, is he?
Jeff,
is he really talented?
You could still be dominant and not be able to shoot threes.
Really? How dominant was he in the playoffs when he was missing free throws that could have sealed the game?
Well, but we've seen also the Lakers all those years with Shaquille O'Neal missing free throws, missing three-point. We never saw Shaquille O'Neal shoot threes, but he still dominated. He still got to the hole. He still, he did the things that that's why they called him Diesel. That's why he was the most dominant player for 5-6 years.
First of all, the league
I'm not saying Ben Simmons
was not a shooter's league. It was a big man's league, and that's why he dominated, because it was a different league.
Hold on,
the league now
Jeff.
is a shooter's league, and he literally can't do the one thing that is required in the league now.
First of all, Shaquille O'Neal, when he was at the top of his game, when the league completely changed to a 3-point league in 2002, 2003, Shaquille O'Neal was still on the top of his game, and he still was dominant.
Do you know what Ben Simmons is the equivalent of basically right now? Ben Simmons might as well be Bruce Bowen, because all you're doing is trading for a guy that can only play defense. Which, listen,
Bruce Bowen's a good shooter.
You got to play defense. Yeah, Bruce Bowen, who was the defensive player of the year like 3 or 4 times or whatever. Bruce Bowen was a terrific defender. But that's what you're trading for. because the guy can't shoot.
Yes, but he's still going to give you 15, 16 points. He's going to give you rebounds. He's going to do the things that he's not going to do. It's not going to stand out. But I still think the kid's 23 years old. You can figure if he really wants to work. If he goes to the right coach, they're going to push him.
That's the knock on him, though, Errol. You're not paying attention. Yeah. He would rather date a Jenner and be famous that way for being like, oh, I'm in the lifestyle. He's not in the gym working hard. Yeah. Everyone says that he doesn't work hard.
Snug says it's like poor Earl walks around with a little rain cloud over his head while he hates on everyone.
I don't hate on anyone.
I mean, that's literally the realest thing that anyone has said all night.
Oh,
Errol just hates everything.
I don't hate on anything. I just speak the truth.
You know who you are? You're Eeyore.
Eeyore, okay. Whatever.
That's who you are. You're Eeyore.
I bring up the stories and I'm arguing. You want me to sit here and talk about the boring things that everybody else talks about? I'm sorry.
They're not boring, but maybe you could be happy for someone, or maybe you could let people have fun.
You want me to be happy for a guy? You want me to be happy?
Mayfield talk is trash. Let these people have some fun.
You want me to be happy for watching Joel Embiid get $49, almost $50 million a year when the guy can't stay fully healthy? Are you kidding me? Why would I be happy about that?
Look at you being unhappy for a guy getting paid. Look at that. Imagine that. You're so unhappy about a dude earning money.
Do you think that this kid needs $49 million when he can't play in an 82-game season? He plays for 70 games or 58 games? I mean, I'm not paying this guy $49 million a year.
Dude, you should be happy you're a Knicks fan. Let the other good team get cash-strapped and have a bum on their team. Dude, stop being unhappy. Look at the brighter side of life, dude. Life's too short for you to be this ugly and this miserable. Be happy, bro.
Okay.
Snug says Simmons is a total snowflake, and then laughing at the Eeyore comments.
Good.
That's who he is. He's Eeyore. How you doing today? I'm fine.
Get out of here. I'm
That's who
definitely
you
not.
are.
I'm definitely not like that.
That's who you are. You are Eeyore. Tyler's Piglet.
I just don't think when I look at a guy like Joel Embiid,
dude, you're actually missing the greatest story in sports.
What's that?
Like, you just refuse to talk about the greatest thing happening right now.
What?
Do you realize the NFL football season has started? The Cowboys have officially lost 2 games in a row. NFL is back.
You idiots.
They have picked right up where they left off last season. That's how you know the NFL is back.
By the way, Ben has said former Miami Hurricane Rashawn Jones arrested for murder of former teammate Brian Pata. Wow. He kills his teammate, Brian Pata.
Damn.
I don't remember.
Well, it was the convicts versus Catholics, right?
Well, you know about those guys. Well, what are your thoughts there?
I'm staying out of it. I've honestly had enough of it this week.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I'm friends with 3 people that and we hang out all the time, and they're really close friends. But it's been a down week. 3 of my buddies are former Florida State Seminoles, and they all went up to the funeral, and it was not great.
I could only imagine.
Sad.
Yeah, I want to get back.
It's been a long week here.
Oh, it's been a long week for the last 2 weeks for me, man. It's crazy.
Well, you got to deal with Tyler, and that's never easy. What do you pay him in? White Castle hamburgers?
Oh, maybe he's paying himself.
You need to start paying him in Propecia.
Oh my God.
For a gentleman in his 20s, that hairline is tragic.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he probably makes fun of LeBron for his.
Well, he's.
Dude, you want to know what? You guys got to get Carlos Boozer on the show to do an interview, so he can.
I should reach out to
shoe
Carlos
polish
Boozer.
as a hairline.
I should reach out to Carlos Boozer. I think he'd come on the show. That'd be interesting. I wonder if Carlos
get him in studio and have him bring his tin of Kiwi black shoe polish, and they can brush Tyler up no problem.
Oh my God! Ben says Twinkies and Red Bull. That is a disgusting combination. Who would drink Red Bulls with Twinkies? Ugh, that's horrible.
Tyler, because he's a glutton.